The second part of our lecture is about brainstorming, as it is the main topic area of the writing skill part of Unit 2. In the previous lecture, in the last lecture, we covered the reading skills, the first part of this unit, and we did more practices on skimming and scanning. Today, in this lecture, we will cover the second part, which is writing skills, specifically brainstorming ideas. And we will write a description of our country. In the next lecture, we will cover the second part, which is linking ideas. In addition to the vocabulary's development, which will include synonyms with antonyms and recording vocabulary. Before starting the contents of our lectures, I will show to you an extra part regarding brainstorming, because it is the main topic of the writing skills in this unit. I asked you in the previous lectures to write a word card, or to make a word card about brainstorming. I picked up or I selected some of the definitions from your submitted homework and some of examples from your submitted homework. For example, this definition is submitted or was submitted by one of you. Let us together read this definition. Brainstorm is try to solve a problem or come up with new ideas by having a discussion that includes all members of a group to discuss a problem or issue and suggest solutions and ideas. This definition was taken from a dictionary, I suppose, but what I am trying to do now is to brainstorm the definition or a new definition of brainstorming. So we will do that together. We will brainstorm a new definition of brainstorming. To do that, we will read the definitions that you submitted to me, and also you will read some of the examples that you submitted to me. From these definitions and examples, we will record or write some words. These words we will use in writing the new definition. For example, from this definition, we will take solve a problem and come up with new ideas and write them here. Coming up with new ideas. Brainstorming is coming up with new ideas. And solving problem. I took these from the first line. Solving a problem, coming up with new ideas. They said here, by having a discussion that includes all members of a group to discuss to discuss a problem or issue and suggest solution and ideas. So we can say suggesting solution, suggesting solution, or solutions, or suggesting new ideas, suggesting new ideas. This is a new definition, was taken also from one of you. Let's read it together to try to come up with as many ideas as possible. So coming up with many ideas, it's the same, coming up with new ideas about a problem or project, often together with other people. Often together with other people, it means discussing through discussion with people, that we are now discussing the definition of brainstorming. This is an example of using brainstorm verb. Brainstorm as many ideas as possible. I wrote examples here. Brainstorm as many ideas as possible. So brainstorms ideas is the same when we say coming up with new ideas. Coming up with new ideas, it means brainstorm ideas. Or suggesting ideas is the same when we say brainstorming ideas. This is a new example regarding using brainstorm. Engineers are only beginning to brainstorm possible reasons that Polar Lander might have kept silent. So, engineers, they are people, are beginning to brainstorm. Brainstorm what? Reasons. So we can say here in the examples, they are the engineer, they are beginning to brainstorm possible reasons. When we brainstorm reasons, it means that we are diagnosing causes. Diagnosing causes is like تشخيص أسباب, or we can say identifying reasons. Identifying reasons. Let us read another submission. This one, spontaneous group discussion to produce ideas and ways of solving problem. So we have another definition here, producing ideas. Producing ideas is the same when we say coming up with new ideas or brainstorm ideas. And see here, he used spontaneous group discussion. It means immediately, at this moment. What we are doing now is an example, is a real example. Now we are spontaneously defining brainstorming, okay? Or brainstorm, a new definition of brainstorming. This is a new example. The participants held a brainstorm. So here brainstorm is a noun, not a verb, and it's like a meeting to coming up with new ideas, or to solve a problem, or to suggest solution. So this is a new example. The participants held a brainstorm. Let's have a look on or at a new definition. We have this one. A moment in which one is suddenly unable to think clearly. For example, we are thinking to solve a problem, or we are thinking to write something, but we don't know how to write it. We still thinking, and then suddenly, there is a new idea coming to our brain. A new idea coming to our brain. So it means that we are unable to think clearly. So we can say that brainstorming is being unable to think clearly. Being unable to think clearly. And this is an example of using brainstorm. Here, latest brainstorm is to convert the garage into apartment. Does that mean brainstorm here that someone have some brainstorm that he has many new ideas. One of them, or the latest one, is converting the garage into an apartment. It is a very brainstorm idea. So this is an example. There is a new definition submitted from one of you. It's the production of ideas and opinions to solve a specific problem. So it is a producing idea, the same of this, producing idea or production of ideas, and opinions, وجهات نظر. So we can say producing opinions. To solve a specific problem, it means solving problem. Or sudden bright idea. This example, for example, converting the garage into an apartment is an example of a bright idea. This is another example. The group was observed brainstorming about their writing. There here it is written by mistake. This A should be E, not A. So this is an example. The group was observed brainstorming about their writing. It's like us, like you, when you want to write about something, about paraphrasing, for example. So you are brainstorming about your writing. Now we are brainstorming a new definition of brainstorming. This is another definition to suggest a lot of ideas for a future activity very quickly before considering some of them more carefully. So in the beginning we are suggesting new ideas or new items or new idioms or new phrases or new words quickly, but we will then we will consider them carefully. Now, so we can say suggesting ideas very quickly, and then before considering them very carefully, then we will consider them very quickly. And this is another example. The toys is لعبة. The toys inventor مخترع. The toys inventor was watching his children play one when he had a brainstorm. So the inventor inventing the toy when he was watching his children play one. So it means that he had a brainstorm. When he was watching his children. Then he invented the toy. Let us read another definition. This one, the brainstormed and mapped plan for dealing with the problems like offer. So we can say there is a new word here, mapped plan or mapping plan is mean like drawing a plan or making a plan for something, for writing a piece of paper, for example. This is a new one. Brainstorm is a group creativity technique by which efforts are made to find a conclusion for a specific problem by gathering a list of ideas spontaneously contributed by its members. So we can say this is creativity techniques. Creativity techniques. Creativity is no إبداع or ابتكار, by which efforts are made to finding conclusions, and for a specific problem by gathering a list of ideas spontaneously. It means very quickly, immediately contributed by its member. It means through discussion with people. The last one, I like it because it coming fit with we are doing now. The brainstorm we did in the meeting was very helpful. So we did brainstorming now. We did brainstorming. We brainstorm a lot of words about the meaning of brainstorming in order to brainstorm a new definition. So the brainstorm we did in this meeting was very helpful, very useful, very helpful in writing a new definition. Now we will use this brainstorming in writing the new definition of brainstorming. Okay, so these are the new words, or the words that we collected from your submission, and we will use them to write the new definition. So we can say brainstorming is the process of producing new ideas. Is the process of, I use this one, producing new ideas. Okay, I use this one. And opinions. I took this from this one, producing opinions. So brainstorming is the process of producing new ideas and opinions to what? To diagnose causes. This one, diagnosing causes. To identify reasons. To suggest solution. Find conclusion. And map plans. Very quickly. Through discussion with a group of people. So what I did now is to consider these new ideas to write a new definition carefully. You can now write a new definition by yourself using different words. For example, we can say brainstorming is a creativity technique. For example, of producing. Or you can say brainstorming is the process that making us thinking clearly. For example, to this end, we did this brainstorming in order to write a new definition and to understand together what is brainstorming, which is the main topic of this lecture. So this is the brainstorming. This is the brainstorming, and we will use brainstorming to write a paragraph about our country at the end of this lecture. There is another definition I collected from a source in the internet is about brainstorming is a way of generating ideas and organizing your thinking on a topic. Organizing your thinking on a topic. This one is not mentioned in your definitions, so this is a new information about brainstorming. And also there are something about when can we use brainstorming. Brainstorming can be used in cases of lacking an inspiration. For example, now I will ask you to write a paragraph about your country. Some of you at this moment they don't have any idea what to write on the paper. So now they are lacking an inspiration. In this case, these students need to brainstorm ideas about Iraq. Other people having too many ideas. Other students have too many ideas about Iraq, but they don't know how to write them and how to select the useful information. So then in this case they need to place ideas into a useful order. So they have many ideas, they need to organize them in a useful order, in which means that they have to place the most important idea in the top and the less important in the bottom. And also they need to show the relationship between ideas. It means some ideas depend on other and some ideas belong to a group with other ideas. In this case, or this point is useful in order to identify the main topic and the subtopics. Now we will use this new information in order to extend our definition. Extend. For example, I will add organizing here. In this case, we will say brainstorming is the process of producing and organizing new ideas and opinions. To diagnose causes, identify reasons, suggest solution, find conclusion, and map plans very quickly through discussion with a group of people. And then we will use this information in order to write new lines. For example, we can say it can be used in cases of lacking an inspiration, this one, or having too many ideas, this one. It helps to placing ideas into useful orders, this one, and showing the relationship between ideas to identify the main topic and the subtopic. So now this is a very short paragraph about brainstorm. So what we did in this 30 minutes is, or maybe less, in this 15 to 20 minutes is to write a short paragraph about brainstorming, which is a very new word for us. We collected information about brainstorming. We had a look on some definitions, some examples to organize our ideas or new words, and then write them in this short paragraph. This link will take us to see a very short video about brainstorming and organizing information. Let's see together.